Hello, and welcome to the episode of Todd Talk when Todd Talks. People listen. Ah! Hopefully. That's how Asta screams, right? That's his catchphrase, right? Ah! And today, we are talking about the death battle that has just occurred between Deku versus Asta in a rare no premiere episode. That threw me off, but I was able to catch it in time. And, oh yeah, I won! Yeah! Yes, the winning streak continues. I think I'm back on the positive now for the entire season. So yeah, yeah, very happy about that. So this was an interesting episode for various reasons. One, there was a huge debate in the G1 blog about who won. Of the 22 people that participated in that particular blog, it was an 11 to 11 split in terms of who won between Deku and Asta, and apparently Columbo and Goku won as a result. I do not question the blog in this case. So I was curious because there was a lot of debate about power output, um, where the show would draw the line, if you will, between the mangas. Because as I noted in the last in the preview video, both My Hero Academia and Black Clover are not done. They're still going. My Hero Academia is in its final arc, but we don't know when it'll end. Same with Black Clover. Black Clover is, I think, nearing its end. I don't remember, but it's neither of them are done. So their feats could grow through this through this time, and we actually had a situation like this with Halloween Ends, but obviously that didn't affect the outcome. So there was a big debate about light speed feats, strength feats, endurance feats, and who would win. So I am very happy that Asta won because again it preserves my winning streak, and it shows that I do need to listen to you all sometimes. Because again, if I just went by the wikis, I would have no reason to think that Deku would lose, and then you were saying like, no, 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 no. Via the preview videos, you're like, no, 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 Asta wins, and look at this, and look at this, and look at this, and then as I really dug in, then I was like, yeah, okay, I can see why Asta wins this. So, very, very interesting breakdown. You know what? If I'm being honest, it actually felt a bit light in terms of breakdowns. Like, um, I don't know, I'm not saying it felt off per se, but I was curious why they didn't talk about certain things on both sides. Then again, that might have been intentional to not like tip hands and whatever. And I was curious, how they focused on like certain feats, like with the fight with Nine. Um, they talked about one for all and 100%, but uh, I feel like they kind of left out some things. But that's just a personal thing. I mean, it's hard to describe. It's like when you watch something, it's like I was expecting more, and they didn't do a lot of feats. They waited till the end to do those, which was their choice. As I noted earlier in the season, they are trying to shy away from all the feats so that they can focus on them at the end, and that's fine. Since I didn't really know a lot about Asta, I was really interested in how they would break him down, and I do feel like I learned a lot. It's just I guess because I'm a fan of My Hero, I expected a little bit more from the Deku breakdown, but it's fine. As for the fight, I'm sure this one's actually going to be a bit divisive because um, I feel it was just okay. There was the ending was cool. I liked it. I loved you want my best. Here it is. It's a reference to All Might versus Might guy, and even having All Might in the background as Deku did the punch. That was really really cool. Um, and then and Asta going full demon and all that, and the "Take that, Detroit." That was a great line. That was a great line. Like I don't know what Detroit is, but take that, Detroit. A line that America has said to Detroit many times in its life. So, uh, it's just one of those things where, and I know Luis put and his team put a lot into it. So that's not in question here, but it just felt off. I guess is the best way to say it to me, in my opinion. It felt off, and a great example is the Detroit Smash segment. I didn't really need to see a Detroit Smash like 5 times in a row. I mean, half the point of uh, of Deku is that he doesn't like doing the same things over and over again. And especially when he's a guy who realizes, like, hey, maybe this punch isn't doing that well, but no, I'm going to Spider-Man and just, you know, that felt off. And even though it was fine the first time, because when, Asta was hitting the Black Whip with magic, and he's like, wait a minute, or him with the anti-magic sword, he's like, wait a minute, you're not using magic? Yeah, that was a great moment. I like the voice acting. The voice acting was fine. Um, I think I just expected a little more, especially with Deku going 100%. Because remember, the animation is not um, indicative of the only way this can go, right? So, and we've seen that at times where they've just gone full tilt and like drag the fight out, power form, power form, power form, power form, and all that. And we didn't really kind of get that here. In fact, if I recall correctly, um, Asta only used one of his moves, and that was Black Meteorite. And then Deku only used the Detroit Smash and the United States of Smash. So I just felt that given who they are and their abilities and all that, I was kind of expecting more. The death was cool because I'm like, wait a minute, did Asta just lose? And then I'm like, wait, where's the swords? And then the swords over Deku. Like, that was a nice uh, moment that cut to the chase. So, it had its moments, but when I compare it to like Trunks Silver or Tanjiro Jonathan Joestar and Thor Vegeta. Vegeta, Dragon Ball. Hmm. Like those ones stood out, and like they had their own issues. Obviously, every Death Battle has its own issues, but like this one just felt a little low key, considering the characters we were with, and even though there were some very impressive shots, I just for a penultimate episode, it just felt a little lax. And I've already seen some people on the Death Battle Discord say some same thing where like it was mid and whatever. I don't know if it was mid. I don't think it was the worst fight of the season, but it just didn't wow me like some of the others did. Especially after we had a great episode last time with Sauron versus the Lich King. That was high quality epicness, and then this was just okay. So it happens. All right, next time on Death Battle. Okay, there's a lot going on with this next time on Death Battle. Not only are we dealing with the season finale of Death Battle, they moved the date? Question mark. Yeah. So if this is to be believed, and I have no reason to think it's not, we are going to get Vegito versus Gogeta on the 21st, which is a Wednesday. Why? Like, this is a really odd time to have a date moved, and I'm really hoping they explain this in the Death Battle cast tomorrow slash Friday for me. I watch it on Fridays, but I'm really hoping they explain this because if they did this next season, like, hey, we're moving back to Wednesdays, that's fine. That's their choice. But to do it for a season finale when you've consistently done 2 weeks or so, and it launches on Sunday, Monday, that's curious to say the least. So hopefully this will be explained, and we'll just have to roll with it. Maybe it's like their way of doing a Christmas present. Maybe they need more time because of the fight. But yes, we were getting Vegito versus Gogeta, and no matter what happens, a Dragon Ball character will win. They are 0-2 in this season, all right? Because Trunks and Vegeta lost. So we are getting a Dragon Ball winner, guaranteed. And may the best fusion win, as they said. So we'll see how it goes. All right, before I leave, and I'm sure you can all predict what's going on. My comic book, yes, Tokyo Blade Detectives. We are in our final 2 days on the Kickstarter. It ends on Wednesday, the 5th. Wednesday at 5 p.m. I have the link below in the comments. I would really appreciate it if you guys can pledge, even if it's only $1. It really does help me. And I got all my comics up for grabs here, including all of Tokyo Blade Detectives if you've never read it before. And I have a $15 digital rewards tier where you can get basically every book I've ever made for $15 digitally. Not bad, huh? Oh, and if you want, you can get drawn to the comic. I can help you make comics. Got a lot of rewards, so please check the link below and help me out if you'd be so kind. Thank you much. And with that, we are ending this episode of Todd Talk. What did you think of Deku versus Asta? Did you like the fight? Did you like the breakdowns? And what do you think of Vegito versus Gogeta? Let me know in the comments below. So, I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.